Hey everybody! No, I'm just kidding. That'd be stupid. Alright.
Okay.
One last minute.
Okay.
Yummy.
Wait for the fog to clear.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Apocalypse. Anyway. So, you see?
Everybody thought I was Jay.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Nerd Apocalypse. My name's Brandon.
I'm Jason.
And we're just gonna have a general discussion today. Like I said in the last one, we're gonna be doing it a little bit different. We're gonna try and break it down into different episodes.
Yeah.
Keep it about 30 minutes or so each. Although I just thought about that, and my maximum upload on YouTube is 15 minutes.
Really?
Yep. Just realized that just now, which sucks.
Huh.
I'll figure it out.
Also, if we're doing this by days, we're in the same clothes.
No, that's fine. I just don't change. This is actually tomorrow. That last episode. Yeah. Anyway. I bought 7 of these, so don't worry about it.
I only have one shirt.
He has one shirt, though. He's nasty.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, I mean, Red Hood is pretty cool, though.
He is amazingly cool. I didn't even realize that was a Red Hood shirt. Well, it kind of looks like a Batman symbol. That's
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
Like a stupid Batman symbol, but it's a Batman symbol. But then Red Hood. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Like, no, it's kind of cool.
No, it's totally cool. It's an amazing Batman symbol. Anyways, enough about that. Today what we're going to talk about is we're going to do a little bit more personal interests for this episode. This one's going to be about Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super, because we just binge watched the fuck out of Dragon Ball Super, and damn, that
it was really good.
amazing. Yeah.
Like, it's a show, like, I never watched it as a kid, and then we were coming back from Comic-Con, and he just started telling me about Dragon Ball, and I was like, alright, maybe I should check it out. So I started with Dragon Ball Abridged.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Specifically, I told him about Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Yeah.
So Team 4-Star, if you're out there, you guys fucking rock.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You guys are amazing.
Oh my god. So many of my days are spent just laughing to either references or episodes or all of your guys' shit. You guys
Victory
are
for
amazing.
Vegeta.
Yeah. First immortality, then the bitches. Ah, man, that's amazing.
Yeah,
you guys...
Oh, you guys are awesome.
Yeah. Anyways.
So we're going to talk about Dragon Ball Super.
We're probably going to reference some DBZ Abridged.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's how I got you into it, because you're like, I don't know, man, that's like 400 episodes.
Yeah, this is like a lot.
And I'm like, dude, just watch the abridged shit, because you get the same
You get
feel.
You get 300 episodes in 8 hours.
Yeah.
So you get the gist, and the humor's great.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, like I totally forgot, and that's another thing is like, and then you watch Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
And like, it really I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z in a while. Like I've seen some episodes, but like I'll skip around to just like the key parts. So like the Cell fights and the Buu fights and all that stuff.
When they get into like the sagas.
Yeah. And I forget about the humor that's in there, because Dragon Ball started out as a comedy.
Yeah.
It wasn't really like just so action packed. It was mainly funny with comedy, and then around Z is when they well, actually I think for the last 2 seasons of Dragon Ball.
When they got into the tournament.
Yeah. Once Goku got older. As soon as he got older, it got a little bit more serious, but they kept Goku just as simple as he was before.
Okay, but in Super,
he is practically Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, there's that one part.
Great.
That one part where Trunks
he eats the sensu bean and gives it to
Mai.
Yeah,
and he's like, "You put your mouths together?"
Yeah, and Vegeta's like, "You've never done that?
Yeah,
You're married."
Yeah, like, I don't see how those two are related.
Yeah.
It's like, what? That's crazy. It was hilarious. Like, but we're not going to talk about the comedy just yet.
Right.
Let's get into some of the action about this. Like,
all right.
If you are a fan of Dragon Ball Z, and nine times out of 10, if you're a fan of anime at all, you like Dragon Ball Z at least a little bit. This is better. in a lot of ways. Like, as far as, like, storyline and progression, I think they have a lot more room. Like, people like me who grew up watching Dragon Ball Z is the best. Like, there's no getting past that. You're not going to make a better show. Like, there were things about Dragon Ball Z that sucked and were stupid. Yeah. Garlic Jr. But other than those, like, it was a really solid anime. But anime nowadays is totally different. It's a lot more fast-paced. You don't have, 3 episodes charging up a spirit bomb while everybody else is going like, oh my god, if he doesn't hit with this spirit bomb, I wonder what's going to happen.
Oh my god, it's a spirit bomb.
Oh, he's pulling out the spirit bomb, and Goku's got to do this, and blah, blah, blah. And, like, it just... It's a lot better paced, like, and I really appreciate that because I before Super came out, like, I was watching Bleach and Naruto with a buddy of mine who, not him, had never seen Bleach or Naruto, and he was going through and watching them one after the other, and I told him, like, yeah, see, this is totally different than Dragon Ball Z. Like, the pacing doesn't get dragged out as much. I mean, granted...
There's a lot of...
Bleach will just end halfway through a fight and then go into 2.5 seasons of fucking filler.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what are you going to do? So, yeah.
Like, so with Super, the first 30 episodes...
I want to say 20.
Maybe the first 20 episodes are basically just Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F.
Mm-hmm.
But they're with some extra filler in there. But they expand on it from what you said, because I didn't watch them because I already watched the movies.
Yeah.
I was like, I really don't need to watch it. I know the story. Let me get to the multiverse tournament, or the not the multiverse.
Well,
that hasn't happened yet, but the universe
tournament. The universe tournament.
Yeah.
Regardless, the beginning of it does start out a little bit slow. Like, at first, I think I watched the first 2 episodes and was like, this isn't good. I ain't watching this. And then, again, I've been watching a couple episodes of Team 4 Star's Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Right. And I kind of got back into it, and they were talking about some stuff that was going on. I was like, oh, man, it sounds like this shit gets good. And it does.
It does. It gets
like,
really good.
Once you get past the Resurrection of F and the Destruction of Gods, or Gods of Destruction, whatever. And it starts becoming its own show, and it's not trying to, like, piggyback off of these movies that they've already made. It really feels like such a good extension of Dragon Ball Z. Like, anybody who watched Dragon Ball GT...
No, it feels like the show kept going.
Yeah. Anybody who watched Dragon Ball GT and was just like, what the fuck is all of this?
Right.
Can safely come back to Dragon Ball S and be like, alright, I see where you're going. You know, I hear people bitching because they went Super Saiyan Blue, which, spoilers, that's a thing.
It looks pretty cool, though.
It looks pretty cool. And they're just going to keep going higher. Yeah, they've got to keep going higher. If they don't go higher, then there's no fucking point to the show.
Right. Like, they have to keep getting stronger. And, they keep introducing characters that get stronger.
Yeah.
Like, they introduced Beerus. Yeah, who's a god of destruction. So he's amazingly awesome.
Yeah, Whis, his little angel buddy.
Yeah, who was also just trained as teacher.
Yeah, he's also his teacher. Yeah, but
so, pretty cool.
Yeah. See, okay, so we're gonna get a little bit of a formula. So it starts off with Gods of Destruction. That's what you get introduced into. Beerus and Whis, and they're foodies.
And Super Saiyan God.
Yeah. Well, those guys are foodies. Yeah. Which is hilarious, and it's adorable. Like, these are characters that, like, after they're gone, you want them to stick around. You know what I mean? And I really like that, and I think they did a good job of creating these 2 unique new characters to the show. Yeah. And while still progressing it in its own way. Yeah. And then something that wasn't done in the movies but gets explored in the TV series is the time in between those 2 movies, between Gods of Destruction and Resurrection of F, when Vegeta begs Whis to train him, and then Goku begs Whis to train him, and like, you get to see them training and some of the stuff that they go through, whereas if you go from one movie to the other, you kind of just you skip that, and it's just them going like, "Oh, hey, look, Vegeta can go Super Saiyan Blue now," and it's just like, when the fuck did that happen? But that's the same thing that happens on the show. They don't show you Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue.
It's just he's worked out for 6 months under Whis, and then like Goku shows up and he's like, "Oh yeah," like.
Well, actually,
Vegeta just works really hard at becoming.
It's like 10 months.
Is it 10 months?
Yeah, because he was training with Whis for 6 months before Goku showed up, and right around the time that Goku shows up is when Frieza gets resurrected, and then he trains for 4 months.
Okay,
so it's 10 months.
Yeah,
we'll call it a year.
Okay, good year.
They train for a year. Vegeta specifically trains with Whis for a year.
Yeah.
And then, whereas Goku has to go Super Saiyan Blue just because he can tap into the Saiyan God power that he once possessed, Vegeta can do it because Vegeta really wanted to.
Right.
Which has always been one of my... Yeah, it's always been one of my favorite things about Vegeta. Mm-hmm. You know, like, what was the reason why he went Super Saiyan?
Because he's pissed off that Goku did it.
Yeah, he hated Goku so fucking
It made him so angry that he had to go Super Saiyan, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Resurrection of F, like, the movie itself was a little... It really didn't... Like, I felt like there was a lot more they could have done with it, especially in the TV show. I know you didn't watch that, but, like, they brought back Captain Ginyu, which was amazing. They added a couple of new characters, but then they got rid of them, like, immediately. It wasn't something that, like, they get sent off, and maybe they'll come back, or maybe Frieza's still gonna do this, or maybe this is gonna... It's very definite, and that, for me, sucks a little bit, because, like, they knew they were gonna do the show at this point. And again, they did it in the show as well, so, like, they could have gone a little bit past the movies, because, keep in mind, is the first time that we've gotten Dragon Ball Z movies that are definitely canon.
Right, yeah. Like, they're tied in.
Yeah, because all the other ones, they seem like they're tied in, but nothing about them is referenced.
Right.
Well, no, I take that back. I guess... No, sorry. I'm going off on my own thing. I'm trying to think about shit in my head. Jason doesn't know any of the Dragon Ball stuff and the early Dragon Ball Z shit, so I can't have a conversation with you guys. Unless you want to call me. Then we can talk. Anyways.
Okay, but then it gets into the 2 Universe tournament where they meet, where you meet Barris's twin brother, Chappa. Yeah. So great.
Yeah.
Because like, and they start actually developing Vegeta as a character or as a person.
I mean, they've been developed, and
they start.
His character development has been the best slow burn ever. Like, he doesn't. So you start him out as this asshole,
right?
That
total antagonist of the show.
Yeah, wants to destroy everybody, fuck Earth, and then you give them the common enemy of Frieza.
Yeah.
And then he gets stuck on Earth, and then he kind of has to help protect Earth just because that's where he is. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about Bulma or his son, really. Not during the time of the androids.
Right.
And the first time you see him actually show affection for either one of them is...
right before he dies, right?
Right before he sacrifices himself in the Majin Buu series.
Yeah, he's talking to Trunks. He's like, I know I've never hugged you.
Yeah, but embrace me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, son.
Yeah, and okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But then in this, you really get to see that, he took that death and really went somewhere with it.
Right.
He respects Bulma at all. Like, he does respect her fully, and that is the only person he respects. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, when Beerus hits her, he flips out.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, old Vegeta wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, no, he'd
be like, yeah,
damn it, woman!
Whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, that makes him stand up to a god. I was like, oh, that's
and
cool.
almost, like, put up a little bit of a fight.
Like, he did a good job.
He did better than Goku did before Goku went Super Saiyan God.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, and then you get into the tournament.
Yeah.
And you get some pretty badass stuff.
Yeah.
You get to see 5 completely new characters
and different races.
Different.
Instead
Well,
of
a
one.
couple of different races now because there's that fake free. There's was it Chill?
There's two. Yeah, there's
And then
Frost.
I say it. Oh, Frost. yeah.
Frost, because
Yeah.
it wasn't Chill. That Chill's the dad.
No, that's King Cold.
King Cold.
I
Okay.
think they're Chill demons or something like that.
All right. Well, I just no, like
Yeah.
Frieza race.
Anyways, they yeah. So there's 3 new races.
Mhm.
Although I'm thinking Hit is of the same race because I mean he kind of looks like Cooler.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Doesn't have a tail. Maybe it got cut off.
maybe.
Anyway.
Anyways, I don't know. I'm being really
But-
racist. He's
but-
bald. He's got those ear things. Probably.
But he has a butt head.
He did.
No, there's a
it's
line.
bald.
No, there's a line down the middle.
I'm looking that up. You go ahead and tell
Okay,
him.
totally.
Tell him about
So, all right. So it's pretty cool because like the tournament starts.
tournament.
Yeah, that's a word.
I looked it up. It's tournament. Don't worry.
So it starts, and Frost cheats his way, but nobody really sees it until both Goku and Piccolo will get knocked out, and Vegeta steps in, and he's like, "No, let him fight. Let him use whatever he wants." And he's like, "So we're taking the killing off the table?" Like, "No, killing's fine, whatever." And then he just progresses.
Holy shit!
to
Yeah,
his-
he does. Actually, it
Beat
kind of looks like a penis. Just gonna put that up there if you guys can see it. Nope. Wait.
No.
Nope. Sorry. Look it up. Hit
Yeah.
from DBS. Looks like a dickhead.
But then after he beats Frost, he beats the giant metal. I don't remember his name. It's like a giant metal robot, and then he writes Kava, which is the Saiyan race from universe 6.
I just want to interject here because I feel like you just want to talk about that. And
Yeah.
You just fucking glossed over
Yeah, that's
2 episodes worth of fighting.
Yeah, I know.
Not to mention
That's exactly what I wanted to
Goku's.
do.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to do.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of the salt and pepper, and he's gonna give you the meat and potatoes after this. So it starts out. Goku has to fight this really giant gummy bear looking thing,
Yeah.
and he eventually just drags him off the fucking mat and throws him out of bounds. Damn it, forgot some context there. They had to do the World Martial Arts tournament type rules because
Yeah.
Chappa and Beerus cannot fight each other. If they fight
Yeah.
each other,
It'll
it
basically
will destroy both
Yeah.
universes.
And so they bet the Earth.
Yeah, they bet Earth
For
from Earth Universe 7,
7, which is the
because
one they live in.
Universe 6, their Earth is desolate,
Yeah.
and Earth 7 has a lot of delicious food. And
Right.
Chappa is also a foodie.
Yeah. And so he bet the Earth, and he was going to give him the Super Dragon Balls. They're giant Dragon Balls that are size
They're
of a planet.
they're well, the size of a moon. The
Okay.
size of a moon. Come on, they're the exact same size as the moon that they're on for the tournament. Anyways, so then Goku has to go up against Chill or Frost or whatever
Frost.
the fuck Frost. But like the thing is like they present Frost as like this altruistic good guy.
Yeah.
Like he's the Goku of their universe. Like he fights for injustice and he's just amazing. And then he lands a strike or Goku blocks his strike from him. And he gets really dizzy and then he just fucking falls out of bounds.
Right.
So then Piccolo gets up there and he's fighting him. And it was lame as shit because the whole time he's just trying to do a special beam cannon. Like he pulls off some pretty decent stuff, but like I don't know, man. You're playing that fight the way I would play that fight, and that's like, oh, I'm just gonna use my finishing move over and over and over and over again.
Spam.
Spam.
Move.
Anyways, and then he ends up getting struck.
He did pretty good for Yoshi.
Yeah. So then he eventually gets tagged by the dude, and then he passes out.
Yeah.
And that's when
Vegeta steps in.
Jakku notices
Oh, right.
that there was like a spike coming out of his wrist or whatever, and it's poison.
Mm.
Well, it's a modification that's against the rules. But Vegeta, just being the fucking badass, arrogant prick that he is,
Yeah.
might I note, did not get to kill Frieza.
Right.
So this was like some revenge fantasy shit for him. He jumps in and he tells Piccolo, "The Green Man forfeits, right?" Huh? Yeah, I guess. And Piccolo just goes up to the fucking seats. And then they're like, "Well, I mean, he's disqualified." So they go to bring in someone who's like, No. Him. And I don't want any disqualifications.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Well, what about the whole killing thing?" He's like, "Bitch, please."
Yeah.
And then he, like, takes him down and he fucking straight Saiyan blue. Is it blue? No, I think he just goes Super Saiyan. Because then he didn't do blue until he went up against the kid.
Right.
So he goes Super Saiyan, just fucking one punches him. One punch!
Man.
Bam! Yeah. And takes his ass out. Then he goes up against the
I think his name's
the
Cap.
lava.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lava spirit that lives inside of a mechanical suit, which to me is technically a weapon. I'm sorry. Like, anyways, and Chappa kind of tries to rig the fight in his favor.
Yeah.
In some ways, but Vegeta, god damn it, fucking perseveres, and he's amazing.
Yeah.
And then they follow that up with...
No, the ground, or part of the map breaks away, and he lands on a piece.
Well, I'm trying not to spoil too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it pisses him off anyway.
Yeah. Oh my god. Does he get fucking
Yeah.
pissed? But still, he does
not.
not go Super Saiyan Blue.
Right.
So, then I'm gonna let my
Alright.
my partner in crime.
So then Kappa, who is like a teen Saiyan from Universe 6, comes in.
super scrawny too.
Yeah,
like fucking twigged.
Right. And so he pretty much knows Vegeta was gonna beat him. So Vegeta goes Super Saiyan, starts beating him up, saying, it's like
Super Saiyan.
If you forfeit, if you don't fight back, I'm gonna go to your planet and kill everybody.
Time out. So actually, what happened was first the guy goes, "Master Vegeta, will you please teach me how to go Super Saiyan?" and all that shit, and he's just like, "Are you kidding me? Are you fucking doing this now? You fight me, you bitch!" And like he's beating the shit out of this little kid.
Yeah.
Like hardcore. And then the kid starts to go like, "I surrender."
Right.
And he says like, "If you fucking surrender, I will go to your universe and I will single-handedly destroy your people." And go. There you go. I have a better recall. I watched it more recently, I guess. I don't know.
So the kid ends up getting so mad at Vegeta, so he finally turns Super Saiyan. And Vegeta's like, "You feel that? It's awesome. It's based in anger." So like, that's the reason he was doing all that stuff, because he was actually teaching him. He wasn't just being a jerk like we think he is most of the time.
Actually, to my own praise, I looked at my buddy David, because we watched this together, and I told him like, "I know what he's doing. He's goading him because what are the two ways you become? Well, what is the way you become a Super Saiyan? You hate something so much that it eventually pushes you past that threshold, and that's what he's doing." And then the next part was him going like, "If you forfeit, I will destroy your planet."
Right, to rile him up.
And I looked over at David, and he's like, "Fuck you."
So the kid ends up going Super Saiyan. Finally, so pissed off. Vegeta takes a shot from him, just turns blue.
Well, first he's all, "You feel that? Don't ever forget that. Like, you remember how that feels, and anytime you want to go Super Saiyan, you use that pain." Yeah.
Then he turns blue, just gut punches the kid, and he's like, "But you could be this."
Yeah. Surpass me.
Yeah. And the kid wants to, he's like, "Let him teach me to be as strong as you." He's like, "No, you need to be better."
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yeah, like, and then there's that part where Piccolo's even like first and foremost, he is a prince, and it doesn't matter who they are, his people are his own, and it's just like, fucking A, like, there's a side of Vegeta that you never get to see because all the Saiyans are dead.
Right.
Except for him and Goku and their halflings. But he doesn't have a people anymore, and so like he sees this kid, and it's just like, it means a lot to him.
Yeah.
And I really hope
to where he
that-
wanted to go to their planet and
Yeah, I'm
see
really
what-
hoping
see
that when
their
they
culture.
have this universal tournament,
Mm-hmm.
that there will be more Saiyans there, because the Saiyans from Universe 6 are actually very peaceful. They're the exact opposite.
Yeah, they get
of the
hired. They get
Saiyans.
hired to stop bad guys.
Yeah, well, and also they're on their home planet, which anybody who's
Yeah.
a fan of GT knows that the home planet of the Saiyans exploded,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to take over the planet of the God. It's something with a T. Tuffles. They had to take over the planet of the Tuffles, and that's where Baby comes from. It's really interesting, but it's such a long, drawn out storyline. Fuck you, GT. Like,
I never watched.
they tried to do what Z did by stretching shit out, but they just did it so convolutedly and gave us nothing of value from it. You know, like, whereas like Z would drag some shit out, they'd have something that was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, with that one, it was just like there was a lot of long, convoluted out, like, oh, you got to fight these people and these people and these people, and it's just like, by the time they gave you a really good bad guy, which Baby was a really good bad guy, you were already so fucking done with that show. I didn't even know that it went on after Baby because I didn't fucking care. I didn't even look it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Just over it.
Yeah. But anyways, so then Vegeta, having taken down the little Saiyan that couldn't,
The little Saiyan tried.
yeah, that failed.
Yeah. Then he has to fight Hit.
He goes up against Universe 6's top assassin.
Yeah.
And damn,
Yeah. Not really even close.
not even close.
Like, he's trying really hard, but with his own time skip.
Yeah, you find out that his abilities time skip, but of course, Goku perseveres, and but like the way it ends, it's an amazing battle, and you get to see two warriors who respect each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, Vegeta gets knocked out, I think after like 7 punches, but Hit even tells him like, hey, most people wouldn't last that long.
Right.
Good for you. And then Goku gets out there, and having seen some of the stuff that had happened, he kind of gets an idea, and then
Right.
he uses a technique, like he always does, that he's never used before. This one's experimental,
Yeah.
but we'll try
He
it.
stacks Super Saiyan Blue on top of Kaioken.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be vague. This
I'm
motherfucker
not.
just wants to
I'm
tell you
not,
how it is.
Because I
like-
didn't like that.
Yeah. Well, I did, because, like...
I never liked Kaioken.
See, he does that because he didn't grow up watching the actual show, where when he went Kaioken, that was just the fucking Super Saiyan at that point. Like, that was how you powered up if you weren't... at that point, they didn't even have transformations aside from Great Ape form.
Right.
So, it was amazing, and then when he went 3, he was like, oh my god, that's amazing. And then he went 10 and 20, and then he went Super Saiyan. But then when he went Super Saiyan, he never fucking did it again, and like...
Well,
I don't know how many times when he was fighting Frieza, I was like, fucking use Kaioken! What are you thinking, you son of a... Come on, man! It increases your power like double every time you do it. And then it's like an exponent at the top of a number. It just
Right.
exponentially increases it. It's just, come on, man. And he never used it. And then, like, this is like a 20-year-old nut waiting to bust when he did it. And it finally happened, and... It's alright.
It happened.
Yeah, like it wasn't as amazing as I thought it was going to be, because like yeah, he goes Kaioken 10.
Yeah.
And that means 10 times the power of Super Saiyan Blue was pumping out of him. He should have just fucking dominated him at that point. He was practically going toe to toe with Beerus when he was just blue. When he finally reverted to blue because he lost the
Super Saiyan
Saiyan God powers, but some of them stuck around. Whatever. Watch it, it's fine. But now he's like 10 times, and this Hit guy, he stepped up his game through this
through the fight,
through the ancient technique of progression, which just means that when you fight a stronger opponent, you just get stronger.
Right.
Which, fuck you. That's Goku's shtick. But at least he has the decency of getting his ass whooped a couple of times before he does it.
Right.
But yeah, he does the Kaioken times 10, and like even then, it's just like I don't want to spoil it. If Jason wants to go on spoiling it, that's fine for him. But I kind of want to get on to the next story arc because we're running a little long.
Right. I'll be reserved.
He's reserving.
I'll hold back this time. Okay, so you want to get into Trunks again?
Trunks. No, because there's one thing I want to talk about, and that is Jelly Vegeta. Jelly Vegeta was something that
That was a great couple episodes.
That was a great couple episodes. So Gohan and Goten, or not Gohan, Goten and Trunks end up catching a ride to this other planet where they find this super water. These villains are trying to get it, and they drink it. Well, it turns out the super water really just turns you into this jelly version of yourself, drains all of your power, and then like within 5-10 minutes, it kills you.
Yeah.
You disappear. Vegeta goes there to try and save them. He gets engulfed with the super water. So now you've got Jelly Vegeta.
Yeah.
Super powered down Vegeta, and then full power Jelly Vegeta. So then Goku, instant transmission's there. And the only way that they could save Vegeta's life is Goku has to fight Jelly Vegeta. Which is the best fucking fight I could have imagined. Not because it was cool and there was a lot of scenes, it was because you see Vegeta standing off on the sides.
Just getting
rooting for both of them, getting pissed off at both of them, like yelling at him, like, "You call yourself me? I would have dodged that." And then, "Don't you lose to a clone, Kakarot?" He at one point he fucking flies up to them, and just insults them. Like, "What do you think you're doing?" He's getting in their. Oh my god, it was amazing. It's a great filler. Like. Which leads straight in, like, right after they defeat that, they give you a glimpse of the next storyline. And that's where they bring back Future Trunks.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't this timeline's Future Trunks. It's the Future Trunks that went back and helped out with the androids and Cell, and then went back to the future and then defeated the androids himself.
It's very convoluted.
Very convoluted. Makes no sense because...
He shouldn't exist.
Even if he does exist, alternate timelines, that's fine. But then, he does this thing where he travels back in time, but not as far. So, like, he himself is like 11 or 8 or an age, but he's older than... He's a kid. He goes back to the current day timeline, even though if he did that, he should be traveling along his own time stream and not the alternate time stream. You know what I mean? Because his timeline is the original timeline. Our timeline is technically the alternate timeline because his happened first. So he shouldn't be able to just jump onto ours. The only way he should be able to do that is to go back further than that and then wait it out.
Okay.
He just think of Back to the Future 2 when he draws those two lines. He'd have to go back to before the 1955 spot, like 1954.
Right.
Or actually the exact plot of Back to the Future 2, where they went back.
I was like,
duh. Yeah. To like 2 hours before they changed it. Anyways, go ahead.
So they introduced Future Trunks again, and a mysterious bad guy, Goku Black.
Bum, bum, bum. He's not black though. I will say this. He is still a white guy.
He's still Goku.
He just wears black clothes.
Yeah, they just call him Goku Black.
It's one of those things where they were really not thinking about the English translation.
Right.
Because there's times when they're like, "We got to beat that black guy." And it's just like, nah, you can't do that. Like, this is Trump's America, but that's still very frowned upon by those of us with most of our teeth.
Alright, so then they introduce some more Kais, some Kais from...
Universe 11.
Yeah, Universe 11.
Is the Supreme Kai and the
Apprentice
Kai.
Yeah.
For Universe 11. And
so,
is this Zamusa?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, like, they're trying to figure out who Goku Black is, and they go there, and Goku ends up fighting that apprentice, because I can't say his name. Zamusa, something. So they fight, and it makes him apparently just really pissed off at all mortals because he got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then, how was it? Yeah, then he finds out about the Super Dragon Balls. He makes a couple wishes. Some shit goes down. And it gets really convoluted. I don't really want to have to explain it. But the fighting in it, at one point, it gets so repetitive. Like, Goku goes with Trunks to the future to defeat Black Goku. And then they find... Oh, no, I think Vegeta goes with them. And then they get their asses handed to him because it's Black Goku and Zamusa there.
Yeah, they both show up.
And they beat him down. So they get in the time machine, they go back. Mm-hmm. And then they go back...
Oh, no, because also Goku forgot the senzu beans.
Yeah, Goku, well, yeah, he left him by the toilet.
Yeah, he left him in the bathroom.
So then they get those. Then they go back to the future again. And they get their asses handed to them. This time, Goku and Vegeta go back because Trunks uses some like weird tap power shit to hold off these two that he couldn't touch before. And then they do some training, they come up with a strategy, and then they go back to the future again, and it's just like...
They do it back to the future 3.
They go back and forth so much that it's just like there's no real stakes until Goku Black blows up the fucking time machine, but... Bulma, oh look, I've still got another one. Right. It's fine, you guys. Don't even trip. But yeah, and then they fight. I think. Oh, and then Zamusa and Black Goku fused.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
Because when Kai's fused, they have to stay like that forever.
Well, here's the thing that really irritated me was that. In Dragon Ball Z, when that happens, it's not specified that only Kais stay fused like that forever. It's that they stay like that forever. Everybody does.
Right.
And the only reason why... there's even a line in it where Goku says, like, won't we be like this forever? And the Supreme Kai is like, oh, no. For, like, humans... They say humans, but it's mortals.
Right.
For mortals, it's only like an hour.
Yeah, it'll last an hour.
And... in the Dragon Ball Z, when they're fighting Buu, the only reason why they separate, and they even say it, is, oh, Buu's stomach acids must have separated us.
Right.
And then the Supreme Kai of Universe 7, which was ours, and his apprentice had fused at one point, and they made a comment of, why aren't you guys fused anymore? Oh, something happened. We got separated. Right. So it's not forever, and I don't know why they kept, like, putting such an emphasis on that, because it isn't. Apparently, like there's ways to get out of it. Like Buu is now their friend. If they were worried about being stuck like that forever before they put the rings on, why? Boo's got your back. Come on, man. Like Mr. Satan is now Gohan's father-in-law.
Right.
So, anyways, yeah. Then they take down Zamuza, and it's a really good fight. I really enjoyed it. I think they've gotten really good, and
with this animation too. It's really cool because it's no longer just flashes of attacks. Like, they actually, they do leg kicks and you see the punches. Like, oh, cool. I mean, everybody knows they're super fast, but it's nice that it's like, oh, it's a feint, and then there comes a kick.
Exactly. That was one of the things about it. Like,
you're actually showing fighting. There's
numerous times where, like, Goku will go to kick him in the head, and the person just, like, already has their block up, and Goku's like, ha-ha, and he punches him in the stomach.
Right.
And I love that. That's something new to the series that they don't really do in Z. Something that I really think that they're probably going to start moving towards is ki-based weapons. Like, it really felt like they did a lot with the Goku, or the
sword.
Black Goku thing. Well, it wasn't even Trunks' sword, because Black Goku had that ki sword, and then he had a ki scythe.
Right, yeah.
So I'm wondering if they're going to, like, try and throw in some weapon keys, because I know Gohan is finally fucking supposed to come back as a warrior, which like I don't know what I'm talking about. That's a different podcast for a different time. Anyways, but yeah, so super, like, after they defeat them, they come back and, like, they have a baseball game and
yeah, and there's just like some wrapping it up. There's the Great Saiyaman's gonna be a movie.
Yeah,
and Gohan's the stuntman for it.
Yeah, even though he's actually the Great Saiyaman.
Yeah.
But about the baseball game, I just really liked it because, like, they're like, Yamcha's the only one who's ever really played baseball, and then Bulma and Chi-Chi are like, it's like the one thing he's actually good at. And it's like, he fought in the World Martial Arts Championship and made it to like the semifinals or something like that. You want to show the man some fucking credit? I think Tien broke his arm or some shit. But
yeah,
total like Yamcha, that poor guy. He's like
Yamcha.
Did you see the part where like he's touching the base and he's just like that? That is his death pose from when the Saiyans came. Yeah, in Xenoverse 2, he actually teaches you this move called fake death, and that's what you do. You make that pose, so it's hilarious.
Yeah,
but
I when that happened, I just cracked up so hard.
Yeah, and that's another thing is like they did a really good job of breaking in good humor with this too. I don't remember watching GT and thinking it was funny. I remember laughing a couple of times with Z, but I also don't know if I was like maybe just too young to really get all that humor.
Well, to where we were thinking like, so you guys watched the abridged version and you kind of incorporated some stuff.
Yeah, well, because like as dumb as they've made Goku, it really feels like, oh yeah, no, you guys watched some 4-star, right? Because like he's that dumb. Like I didn't remember him being that specifically. Like I remembered him being dumb, but it was like more of a country blunkin kind of thing. Right. But in this, he is just so fucking stupid, so hardcore stupid, and it just blows my mind. Anyways, I definitely recommend that if you liked Dragon Ball Z or GT, it doesn't matter. If you like Dragon Ball, if you like any of that series, if you like the games, if you like any of that stuff, check this out. This is a good starting out point. I know that Dragon Ball Z is very intimidating, and it gets a lot of people, like, I don't know, they do a good enough job with the flashbacks, which is the original animation from Z, to fill you in with the stuff that you might have missed. So if you've got some spare time, it's only at 70 episodes right now. That is nothing in anime terms.
Yeah, I mean, it is in Japanese, and you have to watch subtitled, but they are making an English version.
Yeah, it will be on Toonami coming up, which I'm really... Like, I've already watched it once, but I can't wait to watch it in English because, like, I don't know, like, I appreciate the voice actors in Japanese. I can't really get their emotions from it. Okay. Like, I can get anger and humor and all that, but also, like, there's sometimes where, like, I'm watching an anime and I want to be doing something else as well because there's downtimes, like, play a game on my phone or I'm going to clean my room up or I'm going to clean my living room and clean my kitchen, you know, stuff like that. And that's why I'm really looking forward to it being English dubbed.
Yeah. No, because definitely watch it again.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, and I think that'd be a really great watch through again. Is like, oh, now it's going to be in English, much easier watch through.
Right.
So yeah, that's all I got for Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Super? I continuously want to call it Dragon Ball Z Super all the time. Because it's always just been Dragon Ball Z to me. Like, I've watched Dragon Ball, and I've watched Dragon Ball GT, but, like, Dragon Ball Z, Super feels like such a good extension of that. Yeah. I think it literally picks up, like, 3 years after the events of the Majin Buu stuff. So. But, you know, one thing that I've always wondered is, like, so Gohan is Teen Gohan at 11. And then he's an adult Gohan at, like, 17.
Right.
Like, that's crazy. And then now it's just been, like, 3 years later because, what was the timeline? Like, Trunks and Goten are, like, 6 and 7.
At the end of Z?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about 6 or 7.
Yeah, but before that, like,
the
whole stuff going on, like, Gohan is like 18 at the end of Z.
Yeah.
And it's been maybe 3 years. So he's like 21 now. Done with college.
Well, he's that smart. Chi-Chi made him that smart.
yeah, I don't know. But done with college, like, already has a kid, like, and just... I said I'd save it for another podcast, I'm sorry. I threw it here at the end. Fucking, they ruined Gohan for me. Like, it was just... And then, like, I was really looking forward to Super bringing Gohan back for me, but I hear that they're going to be doing that with this next season.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, because, like, they tanked him towards the beginning of the Majin Buu series, and then, like, they tried to bring him back by unlocking his full potential, but...
Yeah.
Nothing. It was... fucking bullshit. Anyways, so, I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's all we got. Like, there was some rambling there. I'll probably edit this down a bit. I'll probably cut out some of those spoilers.
Fuck you.
Probably not. Lazy. But yeah, so.
I like ruining things for people, so.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. So,
yeah, we're going to end it on that note. I'm Brandon.
I'm Jason.
This has been Nerdpocalypse.
Later.
See you next time.